Hello guys, and welcome back to another Tasting Tuesday video. I do apologize, I have been absent for several Tuesdays now. I made kind of a transition in my career. A lot of people who know me, I'm in film, I work in Los Angeles. I've been trying to write and direct and get jobs in creative ways, and an opportunity emerged to move into post-production and work as an assistant editor, and I took it, and it was a lot of hard work and a lot of learning new things, and I just couldn't find the time to do some of these reviews. I've now worked 4 different jobs as an assistant editor, and it's going really well, and so I'm really happy. But now, getting my schedule under control, I'm going to get back to doing these videos because I see you guys have been watching. I see some of them have over 100 views. I mean, it's amazing. Really happy that I can bring value to you guys. So today, we're going to do a tequila. And we're actually going to do a side-by-side comparison with the Reposado and the Anejo of the El Tequileno. And this is a tequila I first came across when we were searching for wines and beers and liquors for our wedding, me and my wife. And this was highly recommended, and I really liked it. I ended up going with Don Julio Reposado, and I will probably tell you guys why when we finish this video. But this is a very agave-forward tequila. When I met one of the reps at Total Wine, he was like, they came in, they did a presentation, they poured the tequila in our hands, and we went like this, and you could smell the agave. And he was trying to sell it as being authentic and natural and no preservatives and additives. And that might be true, but the agave is kind of overpowering on these that we're gonna witness right now. It's a very, very good tequila. I just wasn't doing straight tequila for my drink at the wedding. I ended up doing a Oaxaca Old Fashioned, which has mezcal, tequila, agave, and bitters. And so I thought that this didn't blend in as well, where the Don Julio has a lot more vanilla notes and it's a lot more mellow, and you get a little bit of that wood, and I thought it would go a lot better in a cocktail. So let's jump right into the tasting here. Let's start with the Reposado. Getting a vanilla immediately, but mixed with that agave. I had never actually had agave until I went to a place called, I think it was Mirame in Beverly Hills, and it was a new Mexican place. They were offering a deal for like a 3-course meal for $50, I think, or $40. So me and my wife went down there, and we had the 3-course meal. It was very spicy. Everything was spicy. I remember that. But I ordered some tequila, and the guy brought out a piece of agave, a cooked agave, and he said, just chew on this between sips of your tequila so you can really get a feel for the agave flavor. And that's what I'm smelling here. That it was kind of sweet and had a sweet potato taste, but it also has like a lime and a bitterness to it. It's kind of grassy. This is very nice. It's agave forward. It smells very pure. It smells very without additives, unaltered. I get a sweetness immediately. It's like a vanilla, a little bit of that wood. I mean, then I'm getting the agave, the fresh cut grass, the like a green herb, almost like a green tea note. It is very agave forward. I mean, I would love to try this Blanco. I haven't had the Blanco of this because these are pretty pricey. I think this one comes in at $50 and this one comes in at $80. I really liked this when I initially bought it, and so I went and bought this as well. We were kind of shopping around for different tequilas for the wedding, like I was telling you. Probably shouldn't have spent $80 on this. That was a little high priced, but this one I think is really good. Let's move on to the Anejo. But man, agave, grass, earthiness, but still that sweetness. This one I'm getting a little more cooked. Like the agave has been cooked down a little bit. It's been baked in the oven. I'm getting a little bit, almost like a little bit of a wood note, a char, almost like a grill kind of barbecue note. Again, that sweetness, that grass. These are very similar. This one just slightly aged more. Let's give it a taste. Wow. Whoa. I haven't had this in a while. That is incredibly balanced. I think the agave is a little bit intense in this one. It comes off, real strong. You get that grass. Some people might even say it's kind of spicy, maybe even a hint of like gasoline. Like that fresh cut agave is so herbaceous and bold and aggressive that I feel like this tequila was less approachable than this one. Here, the agave has really been baked down. The flavors have been subdued. The wood, añejo means a year aged or more, up to 3 years before it has to be labeled extra añejo. So the flavors just get to mellow out in that barrel. Pure agave. Fresh cut grass, wood, vanilla. I'm getting a hint of cinnamon, maybe a touch of nutmeg. Less herbal, for sure, and more cooked, dessert, wood. If this one has the agave and maybe some like berries, some red berries, if you get a little bit of that in this with the sweetness, it's almost like a drizzle on a piece of bread or something. This one has become like the full pound cake. Like the fruit, the berries, the vanilla, everything has been cooked into this cake, and it's even more delicious. The añejo is phenomenal. I mean, I kind of shit on this tequila right when we started, but I mean, these are really both well made. I think the añejo is more up my alley of what I think of when I think of a really top-notch tequila. I don't think these are for cocktails. I think they're more for sipping. I mean, the sweetness, the agave, it is very agave-centered. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can pick up a glass of this somewhere. I've seen this out at different restaurants. A lot of Total Wines have these tequilas. Great looking bottle. I think they even have a cheaper one that they say is for mixing, but I also found that to be a little bit aggressive. This is their Reserve series. It's a very old distillery in Mexico, so very authentic. It's very good. Wow. I mean, if I'm going to rate these, I think out of 10, I'm going to give the Reposado a 7.1 out of 10, and I'm going to give the Anejo an 8.6 out of 10. I think this is a very, very good tequila. But I think they're not as approachable as you would, as you might want if you're like introducing somebody to tequila. If you're just starting out with tequila, the agave is pretty intense, and you get that herbal note. And I think a lot of people, when they sip this, their mind might go right to that shitty tequila they've had at a bar at 2 a.m, a tequila shot with a bunch of additives. Just because of the spicy herbal note of that agave comes through. But as soon as you swallow, you realize it is not cheap at all. This is really well made. That's the style of this, the agave-forward style. And I don't think it should be mixed, and I really don't think this is a beginner's tequila. I think that's probably what made me kind of react the way I did at the beginning. Now that I've tasted it again, I think that this is for somebody who's really experienced with tequila, has had a bunch of them, and wants to try something a little off the beaten path. I mean, these are very unique and different. than a lot of the stuff that I drink, and I think for that reason I recommend them. I think they're really fun. But if you're just getting into tequila, I think maybe going to the Fortaleza or G4 or Don Julio. I mean, these are some brands. I think we've done a couple of the reviews on here, but I think those are going to be more up your alley for more approachable tequila. Or you could hit up the Rocks tequila. What is it called? I can't even remember. But he has a good Terramana tequila. So it's decent. It's not. I haven't reviewed it on the channel yet, but anything to get people to try some more tequila, I'm all for it. So keep going, Dwayne Johnson. And until next time, we'll see you next week for another Tasting Tuesday video.